Have you ever played dress up? Maybe you put on a costume to look like a superhero or a spooky ghost. Well, in the wild world of animals, dressing up isn't just for fun, it's a matter of survival. This incredible strategy is called mimicry. It's when one animal, the mimic, evolves to look, sound, or act like another creature or object, which we call the model. The goal is simple: to fool other animals. This amazing natural trickery allows some creatures to hide from hungry predators, while others use it to sneak up on their next meal. It's one of nature's most fantastic and clever survival tactics. Imagine you're a bird searching for a tasty snack. You see a brightly colored insect, and remember that the last time you ate one like it, you got very sick. You decide to fly away and find something else. The next day, you see another insect with the exact same colors and patterns. You'll probably avoid that one too, right? But what if this second insect is completely harmless and just like the poisonous one? That's mimicry in action. The harmless insect is using a clever disguise to protect itself. This high-stakes game of pretend happens all over the animal kingdom, from the depths of the ocean to the highest treetops. Mimicry is much more than just looking like something else, it's a full-blown performance. Some mimics don't just copy colors and patterns, they also imitate behaviors. They might walk, fly, or even wiggle in a way that perfectly matches their model. Think of it as method acting for animals. This deception has to be convincing because a predator that sees through the disguise won't hesitate to pounce. It's a constant evolutionary race, where mimics get better at their impersonations and predators get better at spotting the fakes. It's a real-life drama playing out every single day in the wild. This incredible adaptation shows just how creative and resourceful nature can be. It's not just about blending in with the background, which we call camouflage. Mimicry is about actively impersonating something specific to send a false message. That message could be, "I'm dangerous, stay away," or "I'm just a harmless leaf, nothing to see here," or even "I'm a delicious-looking flower, come closer." As we explore the different kinds of mimicry, you'll see how animals have become the ultimate imposters, using their disguises to navigate the perilous challenges of life in the wild. Get ready to meet some of nature's greatest actors. One of the most common types of mimicry is called Batesian mimicry. This is the classic sheep in wolf's clothing scenario. A perfectly harmless and often tasty animal copies the warning signs of a dangerous or disgusting one. Predators that have learned to avoid the dangerous model will then also steer clear of the harmless mimic. It's a brilliant bluff. A great example is the hoverfly. These guys are totally harmless, they can't sting you at all. But they have evolved to have black and yellow stripes, just like a bee or a wasp. Birds and other predators see those colors and think, "Nope, not messing with that," and fly off in search of an easier meal. This strategy works wonders for all sorts of creatures. Deep in the rainforest, some hawk moth caterpillars have an incredible trick up their sleeve. When they feel threatened, they puff up their front end, which has markings that look exactly like the head of a venomous pit viper snake. They even wiggle back and forth like a snake ready to strike. A hungry bird or lizard that comes across this snake will think twice and quickly back away, leaving the caterpillar to munch on leaves in peace. It's an amazing performance that saves the caterpillar from becoming someone's lunch, all thanks to a convincing disguise. The undisputed champion of Batesian mimicry might just be the mimic octopus. This creature is a true shapeshifter of the sea. It doesn't just copy one animal, it can impersonate several different venomous sea creatures depending on the situation. If a predator is nearby, the mimic octopus might flatten its body and trail its arms behind it to look like a poisonous flatfish. Or it might hide 6 of its arms in a hole and stick the other 2 out, wiggling them to look just like a deadly venomous sea snake. This ability to switch between costumes makes it one of the most adaptable and mind-blowing mimics on the planet. This form of mimicry is a numbers game though. For the bluff to work, the dangerous model species needs to be much more common than the harmless mimic. Think about it. If a predator keeps eating the mimics and finds out they're actually delicious and harmless, it will stop paying attention to the warning signs. The mimics rely on their dangerous lookalikes to teach predators a lesson. From caterpillars that look like snakes to flies that look like bees, Batesian mimicry is a powerful reminder that in the animal world, looking tough is sometimes just as good as being tough. Now, what if 2 or more dangerous species decided to team up? That's the idea behind Müllerian mimicry. In this case, 2 or more species that are both well defended, maybe they're poisonous, venomous, or just taste really bad, evolve to look like each other. They share the same warning signals like bright colors or bold patterns. A classic example is the black and yellow stripes you see on bees and wasps. Both can deliver a painful sting, so they share the same danger uniform. This is a win-win for everyone involved, except the predators, of course. This strategy works by sharing the cost of educating predators. A young bird only needs to have one bad experience with a single bee or wasp to learn to avoid anything with those black and yellow stripes. This means that both the bee and the wasp populations lose fewer individuals while teaching that important lesson. You can see this same principle at work with poison dart frogs in the Amazon. Many different species of these toxic frogs share similar vibrant colors, bright reds, blues, and yellows. This shared warning system reinforces the message to all potential predators. We are poisonous, do not eat us. But nature has even more tricks up its sleeve, leading to a really fascinating and somewhat counterintuitive type of mimicry called Mertensian mimicry. This one is a bit of a mind-bender. It involves three animals, one that's deadly, one that's harmless, and one that's moderately harmful. In this system, the super deadly animal mimics the moderately harmful one. Why would it do that? Well, if a predator attacks a deadly animal, the predator dies. It can't learn from its mistake and pass on that knowledge. But if it attacks a moderately harmful animal, it gets sick, but survives. The perfect example is the coral snake. In North America, you have the deadly Texas coral snake, which has a powerful neurotoxin. You also have the harmless milk snake, which is a Batesian mimic. And then you have the moderately venomous false coral snake. A bite from the false coral snake will make a predator very sick, but it will likely survive. The predator learns to avoid that red, yellow, and black pattern. Because the deadly Texas coral snake shares this same pattern, it benefits from the lesson taught by its less dangerous cousin. The predator avoids the pattern altogether, protecting both the moderately harmful and the deadly snakes. It's an incredibly complex and brilliant survival strategy. So far, we've seen how mimicry is used as a shield to defend against predators. But what if the hunter becomes the imposter? This is known as aggressive mimicry, or the wolf in sheep's clothing strategy. Here, predators use mimicry to trick their prey into coming closer. Instead of hiding from danger, these animals are creating a deadly trap. One of the most famous examples is the alligator snapping turtle. This patient hunter sits at the bottom of a murky river with its mouth wide open. On the tip of its tongue is a small pink fleshy appendage that looks exactly like a wriggling worm. An unsuspecting fish swimming by sees what it thinks is an easy meal. It swims right into the turtle's mouth to grab the worm and snap! The turtle's powerful jaws slam shut. The fish never stood a chance. The turtle used a clever disguise to lure its dinner directly to it. Another master of this technique is the Iranian spider-tailed viper. This snake has a tail that is perfectly disguised to look like a spider, complete with leg-like scales. The viper hides its body among the rocks and wiggles its tail. A bird that eats spiders sees the lure, swoops in for the attack, and becomes the viper's meal instead. This deadly deception isn't just limited to lures. Some predators disguise their entire bodies. The orchid mantis is a breathtaking example of this. This incredible insect looks almost identical to a beautiful orchid flower. It will sit perfectly still on a plant, sometimes right next to a real flower, and wait. Pollinating insects like bees and butterflies, attracted to what they think is a sweet, nectar-filled flower, fly in for a drink. Before they know what's happening, the mantis strikes with lightning-fast front legs. The prey is fooled by the ultimate floral disguise, mistaking a deadly predator for its next meal. From turtles with worm-like tongues to snakes with spider-like tails and mantises that look like flowers, aggressive mimicry shows the dark and clever side of impersonation. Mimicry in all its forms is a stunning testament to the power of evolution. It reveals a world where survival depends on creativity, deception, and adaptation. Whether an animal is pretending to be dangerous, copying a toxic neighbor, or luring its prey into a trap, mimicry highlights the endless and fascinating ways that life finds a way to thrive. It's a wild world out there, and these masters of disguise are some of its most brilliant players.